Hey, do you have a door that flops around in the wind, maybe closes on you when you're trying to load and unload stuff, or when you're walking back to the RV? Maybe it had a shock like this that's broken, or it had a little latch to hold the door open that break off occasionally. Well, thanks to my friend Wilson over at INNOVV RV Jeeper, I think I've come up with a solution. So I'm gonna get my tools and stuff together while we play the intro. Hey there guys, so I've actually broken 2 or 3 of these shocks, supports, lifts, whatever you want to call them, on our door. It seems like the ends just break. Wind will catch the door, grab it as it's opening. We trained it once, had one of the hinges or the things lose its fluid, so it just flopped. And then recently we've lost another one here. And when I was out visiting with a friend Wilson, he asked me if I'd ever had this problem, and he showed me his solution. So what I bought was, I bought this Lippert friction hinge at his recommendation. And this hinge is gonna go in between the original hinges on there, and it has a lot of friction, and so it should hold the door in the location you leave it. So it's been working good for him for a while now, and I'm gonna try to install this on ours. So I opened the box, came with all the screws, came with some directions, and in the directions on the back, it actually talks about having to drill additional holes in the bracket, and it came with this little template. So I'm gonna cut this template out, and basically it drills 2 more holes in each of these pieces. Why they didn't just pre-drill them, I have no idea, but the directions say to drill a 11/64, I believe it was, hole into these, so you have 3 holes in these along with the 3 holes here and here. Again, not sure why they didn't pre-drill those for you, but I'm gonna get the drill out, drill these holes, and then go from there. But first, let me show you where this is gonna go on the rig. On the door here, here's our original hinges. Here, this is for the other, here, it's a 3-piece hinge just like this one is. So this is actually gonna go in between these 2 sets of hinges. So this should end up sitting, let me flip it over the right way, right in here, kind of like that. And these will fold back. Let me fold these out of the way here. There, it's opened up. That'll sit in between the original hinges, and it'll keep the door from doing what it's doing right now and swinging closed on me. So let's get these extra holes drilled in here, and we'll get started. All right, to start with, I cut their little template out of the back of the direction sheet. I'm going to try to set it on here. Looks like it should go something like this. I'm going to take my little spring punch here and see if I can poke a hole in it. Well, maybe it would work if my spring punch was working correctly. There we go. All right, now I've got my 11/64 drill bit. I'm going to see if I can drill these holes out of these. Super sharp bit. So I'm going to do that to all these holes, and I'll do it to the other bracket, and then I'll show you what I got when I'm done. There's one. Now we'll get the next one and get the holes punched in it. All right, there we got all those holes drilled. So we'll clean those up and I'll be back over the motorhome, show you how we're gonna hook them on. All right, well, I'm gonna measure between the two original hinges. Let's see, they're about 9.5. So half of 9.5 would be 4 3/4. So I'm gonna make a mark here at 4 3/4. That's my center line. And then on the top one, I'm gonna go way up here on top. Between those ones, it looks like it's 12. So I'm gonna put a center mark at the 6th spot. Doesn't have to be precise, but I think, you know, the closer we get it, the better. So we'll get that. Now I'll grab my hinge, my number 2 square bit, and we'll get ready to put that first hinge in place. There it goes, door closed. Let's deal with the wind here. All right, so it's gonna match these hinges, so it's gonna go in like this. So I'm gonna open this up. They call this 1, 2, 3, or 1, 3, and 5, and 2, and 4. Anyway, we're gonna open this up. Okay, this is gonna go in here. I got my center mark there. I'm gonna get it right nice and tight and close inside there. And then I will start with this one screw. These are self-tapping screws, square drive, and we'll see how this goes. If everything doesn't blow away, like I said, we got some little bit of wind today. So I'm gonna start with this first one that was pre-drilled. There's one. Two. There's 3 of them. Look at that, just by pushing these things back, this old door already isn't blowing around. So we're gonna start with those. Then these, we push these back tight, and it's gonna crush this little rubber in there a little bit. And I double checked in the directions, and that rubber's still supposed to be behind it. You can see the original ones up here has the rubber behind it too. So I'm just gonna get one started in each of these. And you gotta drop a few screws on the ground if you want to be a real mechanic, right? I think that's the directions anyway. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, look at that. Already, we don't have the door blowing around. So I'm gonna do the same thing up here. I'm gonna do the same thing here, up here. Get my little ladder step stool out to reach up there. Might be able to step on the stairs and do it, but I won't be able to film it. Then I will get the extra screws in all the rest of these holes, and I'll show you the final results. All right, here we have it. The door is not blowing in the wind. It's staying open on its own. It's actually got some nice friction to it just with those 2 pieces. I got all 30 screws in. The door closes nice. Actually, I think it closes better than it has before. So that's a fix. Just wanted to show you real quick, one of the other modifications we did is we took the screen door latch that normally holds our screen door open here, and we put a couple magnets on it so it'll still stay open, but when we open the door, the screen stays closed. We did that because Loki, our cat, rides around with us, and we don't want to open the door and have him escape. This way we can actually look in and see if he's peeking out at us before we open the screen and go in and out. But the magnets on there will allow us to keep that door open if we want to while we're loading and unloading. And now we actually have a better range, because before, with the shock on there, the door would only open about that far. And between our slide out here and the door, it made it a little narrow to get in. But now we can actually open that door up the full range and push it all the way back. So I think that is a win. We're not sponsored by Lippert. This just happens to be a Lippert product that our good friend Wilson shared with us. I want to thank him. If you haven't seen Nomad RV Jeeper, check him out on YouTube. He's got a bunch of cool little videos and hints and helpful things. But if you want to help out our channel, I will put up a link to our Amazon store. We'll put these parts in our Amazon store, and I will also put a link, our Amazon affiliate link, in the description. If you use our link, we get a small kickback, which helps us continue to do this, live this lifestyle, and we appreciate if you'd use our link. So go check out our store. We got some other cool things in there, and we really appreciate you watching. Hopefully this was helpful to somebody. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. We're going to try to put out a few of these videos here and there when we can. Let us know if there's something you want to see. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this is something that helped you out, if it's something you want to see, or if there's some other hints or things that you've heard that we did that you want more information on. Leave us a comment. Drop us an email. We love to chat and help people out. So have a great day. Thanks.